imagine there's a way to trade where you don't have any emotions, you're trading less, but you're making more money. You're not even really looking at the chart. You're only looking at the chart maybe 5, 10 minutes a day, or only on the weekends. It's when you're placing all your trades. Yes, on the weekends. You're not using any software, any tools. You don't even need any monitors. You can trade from your phone. There's no other indicators. There's no other softwares you have to pay for. There's nothing else involved. And you make more money. All right, let's get into it. So in this session, I want to go over a few things. I want to go over a new way to trade. It's kind of the way I've been trading the past 2 years, but I just recently realized it's like completely new. Um, and I'll explain all of that. I want to go over psychology a little bit, how that ties into it. And then I also want to go over today's action on SPY, the trades I took, entries, exits, why I took them, everything like that. Because I think it's going to be really helpful for you guys. Um, so let's get into it. Now, when I talk about a new way to trade, it's not like, I'm trading off a calculator. It's not like a new technology, okay? It's simply a new way of looking at how people trade and how it works. And I kind of want to start off by bringing it because you guys know I've been trading 6 years, right? I've been doing this 6 years, which is a long freaking time. Not as long as some other people, but 6 years, you learn a lot. And when I first started, the game was a little bit different, right? The way I saw it when I started was I had multiple monitors. I was looking at multiple stocks. I was trying multiple strategies. And I was basically glued to the screens. I'm sure you guys know that, right? Put something in here like if you've been also glued to the screens at some point, right? I even remember back when I was doing like tape reading. Yeah, you guys get it. Back when I was doing tape reading and like level 2, like literally glued. Like I would hurt my neck just like zooming in so I could look at every single trade that went through like that day. So I could really study and learn it in compound 10-hour days. Yeah, you guys get it. Um, exactly. All days looking at all the charts. And it's weird because trading like that and kind of how the way people trade now, which again, there's nothing wrong with the way people trade now. Okay. I know this one guy has like 40 monitors, right? He's looking at 20 different setups, 20 different stocks. He's trading for like 3 hours a day. Um, and it can work for some people, but this new way that I'm talking about, it almost has an inverse effect. When you start to get in that habit of like trading a lot, not even trading a lot, but looking at the charts a lot, you start to get very like, you guys know what I'm talking about. You get like urgent to take a trade. You're like, okay, I've studied it. I'm so excited. Like, I want to get into the market and I want to do this. And you want to look at the chart because it's fun, right? It's a passion. It's fun. It feels like you have to trade exactly. And you can make money. It's almost like a casino. It's like gambling, right? You can make money, right? So that stimulation of how people trade and how they do that, um, is definitely a way that people have traded in the past. It's how I've traded in the past. And I think the game is going to change a little bit. Maybe not for other people, but for me. And this is what I'm talking about. Like it took me a while to kind of realize this. Um, and so if we think about it for a second, right? Even back when I was trading penny stocks and getting into options, right? I may set myself a rule of trading 1 time a day or trading 2 times a day. And I still stand up, looking at the market for another 4 hours just because I want to see what price action does, or I'll end up paper trading, or I'll do whatever I can to get invested in the market, right? Because you want to make it work, you want to become successful, you want to become profitable. Um, and while I do think spending a lot of time inside the screens in the markets has helped me become a profitable trader, I think it has an inverse effect for a lot of people. I think it's why it took me so long to actually get out of that kind of break even cycle and really get into that profitability stage is because I was just addicted, right? And I didn't even know it. Um, and you start to get that urge, and then maybe you take a loss and you don't want to end the day in a loss, or you have a win, you think you're on a hot streak, so you keep going. That entire cycle is something that a lot of traders are new to, and it's very common. And so I started thinking about, okay, how do I actually trade? right? Like, what do I actually trade? So I trade like 30 minutes a day, right? 30 to 60. I'm starting to do more swing trading, a little more laid back. And I've crafted it in a way where it's so atypical, right? So think about this for a second. Like today is a great example, right? We look at today. I even tweeted about it. I did not even spend market open at my computer. When did I post this? 9:43 a.m., 13 minutes after market open. I was in the middle of a workout and I made $800 in mRNA. Actually, I locked in 7 of the contracts. So I locked in like 500, $600. But you guys get the point, right? Tell me, like, what other trader does this? What other trader isn't even looking at the market open at 9:30 when they trade? And so, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm so much different and like cooler. Like, that's not at all what I'm saying, right? Everybody has the way that they trade. But I figured out that trading like this, and I don't just mean like trading from your bike, you're not looking at the market. Trading in this new kind of way that I'm going to talk about has so many advantages. And nobody else is really doing it. So many advantages, right? And that like today, mRNA, right? So I got in yesterday around here. Got in yesterday, woke up today, and just automatically exited while I was on the bike. You know what I mean? Like, and okay, so let me just explain this for a second. Ready? Imagine there's a way to trade where you don't have any emotions, you're trading less, but you're making more money. You're not even really looking at the chart. You're only looking at the chart maybe 5-10 minutes a day, or only on the weekends. It's when you're placing all your trades. Yes, on the weekends. You're not using any software, any tools. You don't even need any monitors. You can trade from your phone. There's no other indicators. There's no other softwares you have to pay for. There's nothing else involved. And you make more money. Right? And I realized I've been doing that the last 2 years pretty much. And it works extremely well. Algorithms are, yes, that's kind of it, but also not even going in that direction right now. Okay. So what does this actually mean? Well, again, let me break down this mRNA trade, right? So just kind of explain what happened. I get inputs up in here yesterday. Okay. I'm in Dubai, so the time zone is a little messed up. I was like sleeping the last close or whatever. But I get inputs, I set my stop, I set my target, and I walk away. And this morning I'm thinking, okay, I'm already made money on SPX yesterday. If you guys remember, I made I think it was like $1,000 or whatever it was. And I'm already in some swings. I'm already up on the day. So emotionally, I'm like, okay, I could sit here, come at market open, and look for a trade. Or I can be happy with the fact that I'm already up, a few thousand on the week. I'm already have swings initiated, and I have the opportunity to make money doing nothing, which is kind of what I did here, right? Like this morning on the bike, I just checked my phone, I got alerted. You know what I mean? Same thing with Boeing. I'm still in that right now. It's completely automated. I haven't even looked at it. I don't even know what Boeing's doing. I don't even care. Right? So it ties into psychology and the fact of this new way is kind of like, okay, you simply don't care. That psychology factor is gone. Those emotions are gone if you're not even looking at the charts, right? Those emotions are gone if you're not even wanting to look at the charts and market open. When was the last time, like seriously, when was the last time you like just didn't look at the market open? And it wasn't because of like you had to be somewhere or something. If you had free time, it was 9:30 Eastern. It was a weekday when the market was open. As a trader, when was the last time you didn't look at the open? Or not even the open, just didn't even look at the charts that day? You know what I mean? Like, that's the level of detachment that you have to get from trading, of not even like not even looking at the charts and wondering what's going on. Same thing with today. CPI, market was very volatile. Tweeted about it this morning. Everybody's tweeting. Everyone's looking at their setups. It's gonna be a crazy day. I didn't even look at the market open. And that's from someone who has a strong passion about trading. I've been doing this 6 years, and it's my job. It's how I make money. Isn't that weird? 100%. If I was staring at the chart, I'd be more drained. 100%. And so this is where I'm getting at, because I'm going off on a tangent a little bit. But basically what I'm saying is the way that I trade, you guys know, is very loose. It's very I get in. It's very like not even looking at the chart. It's less. I am probably the trader that like has a passion for trading the less. Doesn't make sense. If you guys know what I mean? Like I'm detached from it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I just don't care anymore. And I haven't really cared for the past year. I just don't care about the outcome of the trade. I don't really care what the market's doing. I don't care what CPI is doing. You know? Like how many of you guys like were interested in how CPI was going to be, or if we're going to gap down and hit a supply zone or hit a demand zone, or where your value levels are. I'm not saying that I'm not saying you should stop trading. I'm not saying, but I'm saying you need to detach yourself. That's what I did. And it's never 100%, but it's at a point where it's like I just don't care anymore. And because of that, trading goes up, the amount of trades I take go down, and most importantly, the stress and the psychology goes way down. Way, way, way down. And, a lot of it ties into, risk management. So you can't ever blow up your account, ties into having a proven strategy, right? So having that confidence that your shit works, that in itself is going to help. But essentially what I mean by like this new way and kind of what I'm getting at is simply just like trading less, but not only just trading less, letting price do its thing. Because here's what you got to understand. Price is going to do what it wants to do. Okay. So looking at the chart after I'm in the trade is not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. Right? Like what is that going to do for me? And I think a huge issue, and I know this because I talk to you guys, I get DMs on Twitter, and I know it from personal experience. Probably the biggest issue, like as you guys know, you need a proven strategy, you need your psychology locked in, and you need emotion, or you need risk management. Those are the three things you need to be successful. And I know psychology obviously impacts all of that, but that's probably the number one thing. And trading in this way where I don't have a crap ton of monitors, I don't have any software or tools to look at, I don't have any indicators to distract me, simply just price and volume. And I don't have any goals, and I simply don't care what happens. Trading like that, where you just do not give a crap while having good risk management, is going to get you a lot more profits. And it's going to get you a lot more stress-free trading. Right? Great example. Even today, and I'm not saying this like, okay, you shouldn't trade anymore. You shouldn't look at the market anymore. It's not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is think about it logically, right? The past week, like I said, today was a good week for me, right? Or sorry, the past 3 days. Today's Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty good. Now comes Thursday, and I'm thinking in my head, I felt that urge a little bit. And the moment I said that, I said, okay, I'm not trading. I'm not even gonna look at the market open. I have my OCOs. I'm in with my swings on mRNA. If it gets to my target, it's gonna fill me. If it gets to my stop, it's gonna fill me. What is there to worry about? And I'm gonna go over this as well in the SPY trade I did today for the SPX trade and kind of go over that price action because it was similar in the sense of just simply not caring and not really going through that rabbit hole. So this new way of trading, because I see it too. Like I see, and I'll say it too. Like I tweet like last Friday, I put out a tweet. I said it's 1 p.m. and you're still looking at the markets, and it's the truth. Why are you looking at the markets at 1 p.m. on a Friday? You should be off the screens in 15, 30 minutes. That's how it is. In 30 minutes, if I don't see a setup, I'm gone. Out of there. Like I'm in Dubai, right? There's a whole world to explore, and you're worried about a 15-second chart 3 hours into the day. You know what I mean? And that's like the same. You guys know like ICT, like no hate to him at all. Everybody does their thing. Everyone has their way that they trade. But I don't want to spend, my days looking at the 15, 30-second chart, trying to get in, micromanaging all my trades. Oh, I got to get in, got to my stop, got to figure out where my target is. Oh, I got to move my stop up, got to move my, it's like, whoa, like what's going on here? Why can't I just get in on the weekends, literally Saturday, Sunday, plan all my swings, say, okay, if price gets to here, I'm going to get in with this option. Price gets to here, it's going to sell that option. And if price gets to here, I'm going to sell that option for a profit and then one for a loss, right? And then the rest of the week, you don't even need to trade. You don't even need to look at the screens. Imagine going a whole week without even looking at the charts and then checking your broker or your brokerage account and seeing that you made money. It's literally like magic. You guys get where I'm going at with this? Don't want to sit in front of the screen. So I want this to come off this way because I want to, and we're gonna get into today's action a little bit in a second here. But I want you guys to really start to frame yourself in a way where you need to detach yourself from the market, from A, the outcome of your own trading, B, just the overall passion. Because I get it. I love trading, especially when I first started. The first 2 years, I loved trading. Like I would spend the weekends every single minute looking at setups, looking at stock charts, not knowing that when you do that, you actually kind of set yourself up for failure. It sounds backwards. I say this time. It's the one thing, like trading is one of the only, like, I guess you could call it like entrepreneurial type things where hard work doesn't equal success. It just doesn't. It can actually be the opposite. It can actually cause you to lose. Because it's not really about hard work. It's about working smart and having the discipline, having the psychology to be smart with your capital and not lose it all in a week. Right? If I could get away from staring at the computer, drastically improve my emotional state, 100%. And people don't realize, like, the emotional state is everything. It is everything. It's how we make every decision. And you guys get it. I used to do it all the time. I still do it sometimes. Nobody's perfect, but I will get into a trade, take a loss, and then immediately want to make it back. That is my next thought. That is probably everybody's next thought. They want to make their money back because nobody likes losing. But if we trade in this new way, where we don't even allow ourselves to A, care about the loss, or B, even know that we had a loss while it's happening, right? Or not even look at the charts, then all the emotions are gone. There's no more revenge trading. There's no more FOMO. There's no more greed, right? The emotions are gone. And that's probably going to solve the majority of the problems that you're having, right? Because if you already got that locked, you just need a proven strategy, which I've taught you guys. And I'm literally going to break down today on SPY what was an A+ setup and risk management. And risk management is a whole thing as well. I have a webinar I'm gonna share with you guys as well on that, which like game changing, by the way. Because it's not, risk management is not just risk 1 to 2% of your account and have a stop loss in every trade. It goes a lot deeper into that. And I'm gonna break that down. But that's kind of what I'm trying to get out here. Scroll through charts so fast takes time to see what you see. Yeah, that's what I mean. And seeing what, again, unfortunately, some things in life are just, they need time, they need experience, right? It comes with experience. Like mRNA, just, this trade, whatever it is, it's going to take experience. But I want you guys to, as quickly as possible, get out of that stage, get out of that loop of having your emotions affect your next trade. And trading in this way where you're very detached where you don't have all these monitors, you don't have all these setups. You're not even wanting to go and look at market open. Like that is unheard of. Find any trader you know, whether they're one on Twitter, whether it's just a friend, who isn't excited to go and look at stocks first when they wake up or at market open, or if it's a crazy volatile day. Everyone wants to do that. And everyone, or 90-95% of traders, lose money. Right? So when you start to think this way and you start to think, okay, how can I boom, detach, trade in a way where there's less setups, okay? Less indicators, less noise, less knowledge. That's why I don't give you guys alerts, right? I'm not here throwing 30 alerts at you guys. I don't give you any alerts, right? Less of that, less of even looking at your P&L, you're going to make a lot more money, to put it frankly. And you're going to be less stressed. Like it has every advantage. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with doing it the way it's been done. When I mean the way it's been done, I just mean, you guys know the deal. The tape readers, the level 2 readers, the ones looking at every tick of the chart, looking at the 1 minute chart every second. Oh my God, it's doing this, impacting every emotion. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've been through it. I've been through it a ton, where you're looking at the 1 minute chart, every single candle that goes by, it affects your emotions. It changes it every minute. And it's terrible. Right? And then you don't follow your plan. You get out early and then hit your target. You get stopped out and then it hits your target. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible. And you don't want to do that. After I joined Freedom Team, I got freedom from indicators. Yeah, 100%. And everything is so much better about this. And so I know I talked about it. I'll definitely get into it like literally in the next 20 seconds, like today's action. But I just want you guys to leave with the idea that trade in a way where you're less stressed. It's the same thing. If you guys have ever read the book Atomic Habits, basically talks about if you want to get a habit in your life, you need to make it very easy for you to do that habit. Okay. So like really easy, dumb example. If you want to work out more, get an apartment in a place that has a gym inside the apartment building. Right. That's like one step to make it easier for you. Same thing with trading. That's where I'm getting at with trading, right? If you want to make it easier for you, set your trading up in a way where it's easy for you. Right? Where you don't need to look at the 1 minute chart. You don't need to look at the screens more than an hour. You don't even need to look at market open when you're trading. If you can do stuff like this, you're going to see a lot of results. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, how this ties into SPY, I'll show you. Let me get my face out of the way. SPY is actually dumping right now, which is very interesting. But see, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care. I'm not sitting here like literally right now. This is a great example too. Guess where SPY is coming into? A demand zone. This is literally the setup I think I put in the chat like this morning. Right here, supply demand on both sides. Literally this morning, this told you I was looking at this supply zone on ES that we're inside it right now. Now, I'm not gonna sit here, go on the 1 minute chart and look for my setup. Oh, it's coming down. Oh, bottoming part of the pattern. Oh, my God, the RSI. No, I don't care. I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I already made my money for the day, right? I already have my swings in. I simply do not care what price does. It is the least of my concerns. But anyways, what did we talk about? So this was the demand zone we were looking at earlier as well, right? Same exact thing. I told you guys this morning, I wasn't going to look at market open. I wasn't even planning on taking a day trade. Market opened here. I did not look at the charts till I think it was here, 10:48. I was working out for most of this, came back, showered, had food here. Okay. So I just want to see what's going on. I was checking my swings. Get rid of this. Right. So I do this and I look and I'm like, okay, this is a A+ setup. came off demand, we broke structure, we saw a change in trend, right? We saw buyers come into control. So we don't know, but our thesis is that this low is not going to break. We know that price wants to go towards this high. And so if we know that, based off our strategies, you guys know, all we need to do is find a good risk reward. Where are we going to enter? Because we know our stop is going to be here. We know our target's going to be here, right? That's how I trade. I trade looking at where I want my stop to be and where I want my target to be first. Then I figure out my entry. So I saw this, came down, bounced off demand, came back, broke structure again, pulled back, in, out, boom. Easy. Posted about it right here. This was it right here. Same exact thing I'm looking at. I put it in the chat for you guys too. Before, after. Where was that? Right here is when I tweeted it and I showed you guys it. We get a small pullback, I'm in. We hit liquidity, I'm out. What's the result? $1,300. Do I care about what happens after? No. Did I catch a piece of the move? Yes. Think about the entire day today. Think about the amount of people are going to be tweeting, oh my God, I just caught 300% on SPX. Oh my God, today was a great day to trade. Now I'm here sitting, yeah, I got from like here to like here. Out of this entire day, I got this tiny sliver. That made me $1,000. And the rest of the day, I wasn't even looking at the market open. I wasn't even looking at price the first half of the day. Even after this, I didn't even know that we just dumped. I didn't even know. I didn't even care. Who cares? Right? And that's the other thing as well that ties into psychology. Sure, we may be in an area now where we may be coming to my setup. Right? Looks like we're about to break it. So probably not. But I've already made money for the day. I've already made money for the week. I'm honestly probably just going to take tomorrow off. Why would I trade tomorrow? I can walk away this week up green, completely safe. And if I'm able to detach myself from the market and from the outcome of my trades, I'm not going to come back tomorrow morning excited to trade because I simply don't care. Does that make sense? Am I speaking gibberish or does this make sense to you guys? Lesser trades, cutting down losses. Makes sense. Want to get that point. Makes sense. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But remember, again, I'm at year 6 of my journey. Some of you are in year 1, some of you are closer to year 5. I'm at year 6, and I still get that urge to trade. It's never going to go away. But what you do as a trader is you start to learn is you start to minimize those drawdowns. Minimize them. Minimize those emotional days. That's what I mean. So take me 5 years ago, if I had quote unquote an emotional day, I would blow up my account. Now, if I have an emotional day, it's just a red day. It's not even like a really big red day. It's just a classic red day because you're able to minimize those areas of emotions, minimize those areas of psychology, and trade in this way where you don't care. I trade from my phone as well. I don't even trade off my screen. Like I truly trade from the bike today in the gym of a hotel in Dubai. And I see people, and again, there's nothing wrong with this, but I see people that have 3, 4, 6 monitors looking at every stock for 4 hours a day. And if it works for you, it works for you. But if this new way is something I just want to introduce to you guys, because I know it works for me, works really well for me, and I don't see a lot of people doing it. And that's okay. But I hope you guys can take away from this thing I don't want to do a Q&A right now. I hope you guys just really just take away from this kind of session and understand, like, hey, this is a way that you should think about trading. Any way you can detach yourself is going to be really helpful. And also just trade in a way where you don't care. Who cares? The market just dumped. Who cares? Even if you lost 500 bucks, who cares? Do you still have food on the table? Yes. You still have a roof over your head? If you're watching this Zoom, you have a roof over your head. You probably can put food on the table. And if you think like that, see how it ties in everything. If you can think like that, who cares? Right? That's all we need. All we need is food and water. That is literally all you need. If you take it back, way back, right? So whether you lost money today, whether you made money today, where you didn't take any trades, if you can get to that urge in your head first and understand yourself, and right after you take a trade, get in or get out and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What are my current emotions? The more you can learn that, you're going to make a lot of money if you can really dial that down. That's what really the best traders are. And again, I am not saying I'm a genius at this. I have not made 7 figures. I've done 6, right? I'm not a god, but I know what works. And I'm doing this 6 years. I can tell you that if you can master the emotions, it's easy. It's not easy. It's not like easy, but you guys know what I mean. It's just easier. If you're a robot, it's easy to trade. All you need is a proven strategy and risk management, right? Everything you're talking about, exactly why I joined. You're always empathetic about how you only trade 1 hours a day. Blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the webinar I have, which I'll show you guys, I'll probably put on YouTube. I'll show you guys as well. Like, that's actually game changing. And it should be out next week. But wanted to kind of go over this as well. I knew trading should be like this. Yeah. And then it works. Today was a good example. It just works. Today was a great day. So I'm gonna end it here. I just wanted to come on live, kind of explain this for you guys. We can do another Q&A sometime next week if you guys want. But I hope you can really take away from this, learn something, and end up going about your future trading thinking in a different way. That's all I want you guys to really learn from this. So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll probably do more stuff like this in the future, but I'll see you guys inside Slack chat.